Training in technology and cybersecurity is one of the most effective things you can do to propel and protect your business. So before we go any further, just want to say a couple quick things about who we are. So we exist, we're New Fathom IT. We exist to help our customers to not have to think about IT. We want to help you guys propel yourselves forward so that you can serve your clients and serve them well. We exist to help you guys leverage your technology to be successful. And so that's what we're here for today. So I'm sure this has happened to all of us. We get an email from our bank and it says, hey, you have a personal safety key that you need to renew, or your password's about to expire. In order to secure your account, please click this link and then follow up with us. So I'm sure that we've all got this. And the question is, do you click the link? And have you ever clicked those links? But that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about these phishing emails that come, and we've all got them. We're all susceptible to them. But the foundational thing that I want you to understand is this idea in cybersecurity that it's called zero trust. And zero trust is the idea that we assume nothing is safe until proven otherwise. So we want to trust nothing and verify everything. So be suspicious unless you've been proven otherwise. And it may feel a little bit weird to do that, but the reality is we can't trust what's coming in on the other side of our computer. And this weird image that's up here with this weird hand reaching out of the computer I think it's designed to say oh, hey, you can actually have trust through a video conference call or whatever. But the reality is you don't know who this person is. This could be, especially in the day of AI, this could be a well-generated AI video and some creeper on the other end of this. You just can't trust what's going on. And so that's why I chose that picture to show you that you can't actually trust what's going on. And the reality is that in this day and age, we are neighbors with a lot of people that we probably wish we wouldn't be. And the reality is all of us live in different neighborhoods. Some of us live in a neighborhood where maybe when you ride your bike and you leave it at the store, you're okay with not locking your bike. And but maybe you're someone from Eugene or something that if you ride your bike and you don't lock it up, it's going to be stolen. Or if you do lock it up, it's going to end up like this bike where just your wheel is left and everything else has been taken because you didn't lock it up right. Well, the reality is we are neighbors with the rest of the world. So your front door is right next to somebody's front door from Russia, just because it's on the internet and we can reach those places. And there are neighbors just in Russia who are your next door neighbors on the internet who you would not want as your next door neighbors in person. And if they were your neighbors in person, you would lock all your doors and you would probably just never go out at night because you were so creeped out about them. But that's the reality of the internet. We are neighbors with people that do not like us and people we don't want to be close to us. So we need to have this mindset of zero trust because it's a scary world out there. And AI hasn't made it any easier. So these are all pictures of fake people that have been generated by AI. And you can't really tell. I mean, sure, all the eyes kind of look similar, but it's hard to spot a fake. And AI is making it more difficult to do that as well. And so that's just something that as AI is developing, it's going to be a lot harder to detect these counterfeits. And so you're going to have to be even more watchful and even more wary of what's going on out there. So our superpower in this is verification. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Sneakers from the early 90s, but it's this great movie. And in that, there's this line in there where these guys have to fake the audio or steal the audio from this guy. And the audio they have to steal is, "My voice is my passport. Verify me." Great scene. But basically, that's what's going on. That's what these people are trying to hack. They're hacking the verification for this guy's office. And we need to be verifying things. We need to have voice verification or whatever it is. We need to take the step to use this superpower and verify what's going on. Because the consequence is, if we don't do that, we have to hit the nuke button. Bam. Wipe it all. I've had that happen to me. I know that we've had to reset a lot of computers as we've been working, and it's always sad, but it's like if a virus gets installed on the computer, usually that's the course of action that needs to happen, because you just don't know what that virus has done. And that's happened with me. I was actually working on my personal computer, and my son wanted me to stream his Oculus. He just got a new Oculus. He's like, "Hey, Dad, set up this software so you can see what I'm seeing and watch me play." And I was like, "Okay." And so I went to this website and downloaded a bad app that looked like it was Oculus. It was super confusing. The instructions were cryptic, and it was just super hard to follow. But even I fell for it, and I was like, "Dang it, I got to reset my computer." So I reset my whole computer, because you just don't know what's happened on that. And so this is going back to that first email that we looked at. Do we click on the links from the bank account? Well, probably not. And hopefully you can detect a spam phishing email like this. It's pretty simple to see that this isn't from Wells Fargo. I mean, even the fact that like the email is from LinkedIn, like that's crazy. Why would, it says it's from Wells Fargo in there, but it's clearly from LinkedIn. And so you know that this isn't Wells Fargo, hopefully, but I'm sure that people have fallen for this scam. And even the link is like this random cabinet enigma thing that's not even Wells Fargo. But even if this was from Wells Fargo and the link looked like it was good, you should still not click the link. You should still go to your Wells Fargo account and log in there and see if there's some notice that you need to take action on something like that. Because there are really tricky ways to bypass making a link look like it should be, it is going to the right place, or maybe Wells Fargo was hacked and they're actually sending you something that they shouldn't be sending you. So, but anyway, you should check the sender, you should check the links, and you should also look for pressure and urgency. A lot of times people are going to be giving you something that's like too good to be true, or there's some like, you have to do this, or something terrible is going to happen. So that sense of urgency, and then also like this thing like, oh, you won a prize, you get free gift cards, all those things. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm not that lucky. I know a guy who is really lucky, but that's just not me. And so being watchful for those things is super important. Another place that we get hung up when we're using the internet is downloading and installing software. And this is a little image from Jerry Maguire. He's like, "Show me the money." And that's kind of the attitude we need to have with software and when we're going to install a tool. Usually freeware is going to be a bunch of crap. Don't use it. And if you can avoid installing programs at all, don't do that. Avoid that. But if you can tell how a software is making money, that's usually a good sign that you understand what the product is. Maybe you're downloading, it's a free trial or something, but they have a paid subscription plan. Or what you want to avoid is those freeware softwares. Usually they're adware, or there's some kind of Trojan horse that actually does something else. And so you got to watch out for those. And sometimes when you're going to download something like this is a fake Chrome browser download. And you can see it says chrome.browser.com.de. And I think that's Denmark. So this scam, it's like, why would you download Chrome from a Denmark site? That seems super strange. And browser.com.de, who knows what that actually is? It's definitely not Google. And so you need to verify the URLs that you're at. And another thing you need to verify is when you go to search for something, you need to verify the ads. Like if you're clicking on an ad, where does it actually go? I would recommend just don't click on ads. But look at the URL on this one. This actually says sites.google.com. But then it's actually a sub-site. This is actually a website that's hosted at google.com, because Google used to have these sites.google.com. I don't think they do it anymore, but they might. But even this is not the main Google website. This is not where you should download Chrome. Everything on there looks perfect, and it looks like the download page for Chrome, or the way it used to be. But this is an illegitimate download that you shouldn't use. So, don't click on ads and type the website. Go to known URLs that you know are good. Another thing, when you do get to a sign-in page, this is also important. You can check the URL that you're signing into. And that's really important. You can see in this URL, this is not Microsoft.com. This is legitimate.net. So that's legit. So you should just go with that. No, don't do that. This is not the Microsoft login page, and you should not sign in at this page. So that's something to be looking for. Is this a correct URL? When I see a sign-in page for Wells Fargo, does it actually say like wellsfargo.com? Does it say Microsoft Online when I'm going to sign in to Microsoft? Be looking for those. Look for, and the best thing, like I said earlier, don't click a link. Go to the website you know is legit. Don't click your links. Go to the website, and hopefully you can bookmark it, which we'll talk about later. But also, one thing that will happen, and sometimes you'll go to a bad site, and then you'll see this big pop-ups. It's like, oh no, security system, and it's got the Windows logo, and sometimes it'll say call Windows because you have a virus or something like that. Don't call Windows. You can call us. So if you see something like this, a lot of times these are just website pages that are in full screen mode so that it looks like it's actually taken over your computer. And it looks like it's a notification from Microsoft, but it's not. And so the best thing you can do, you can unplug your computer and you can turn it off, or you can call us and we'd be happy to help deal with something like this. The next thing you should do is just use bookmarks. Go to known places. Save those links so that you don't have to keep typing in a search for something. If you go to this place a lot, then bookmark that page. If you go to Wells Fargo, then bookmark that page. And lastly, as we're starting to close this, if you haven't seen Parks and Rec, treat yourself. This is a great scene where they're going out and they're celebrating. But for you have to protect yourself. So this is important. You are the weak link. You have to be alert. You have to practice zero trust. And there are technical things that that we can do as your IT provider, but there's a lot that you have to do yourself to protect yourself. And you must protect yourself. One of those things that's really important is use a password manager and use strong passwords. Don't reuse your passwords. So these are some password managers for your personal use. We have a company password manager that we can provide to your business. But these are some ones I use. Two of these on here, but I've definitely heard of other people using them. So use strong passwords. Don't reuse passwords. And the only way to manage that is going to be with a password manager. Strongly recommend that. Next thing is use multi-factor authentication if available. Most places will allow you to do an SMS text verification code, but stronger than that is a Google Authenticator or using the actual Authenticator app. So whenever possible, use multi-factor authentication. And for those two authenticators that are on there, you can back them up to your personal Google account or to your personal Microsoft account. And both of those are really good to use. Next, and this will help with like internal fraud, like getting a message from the CEO about gift cards. Don't use email. If for internal communication, go to something like Microsoft Teams or Slack or something like that. Try not to use emails, and then that will eliminate people thinking that they got an email from the CEO who wants them to do something. If you switch to your internal communication to Teams or Slack, you're going to just reduce the risk of getting payroll fraud or other things like that. And just most of that internal communication can be happen through Teams, and then you don't have to worry about phishing email attempts. Lastly, don't do this. Don't just stick your head in the sand and feel like you can't do anything about that. You need to be aware. You need to keep your eyes up and be alert when you're on your computer, when you're checking your email, and just be aware of if something feels off. It probably is. So think about how you're going to respond, and don't just stick your head in the sand. But you have to be continuing to grow. You have to keep learning. You have to keep developing your cybersecurity skills. You might just be like this little plant that's just started, but you need to keep growing. Threats are going to evolve. Bad actors are going to get better at what they're doing. And so there's a lot of stuff on YouTube you can watch, but I would make cybersecurity something that you take seriously and something that you grow and develop in. So that's everything. Thank you for watching. I hope it's helpful for you, and I hope that you can go out and use this and actually practically apply all these things for you and at your company. Thanks.